The boogeyman is after you. His hot breath is on the back of your neck. But who is he? Well, he's physical pain or disease. He's the unspoken elephant in the room. He's loneliness, depression, unexpected bad news. A monumental breakup. So, what's your first response?
Run, Forrest, run!
In today's episode, we explore another option, guaranteed to disappear your boogeyman in no time flat.
I was not born brave, I walked in shaky shoes.
Fear doesn't stop you from dying, it stops you from living.
Drop the act, take off the mask, and feel real.
There is only one you in all creation, so be yourself. Everybody else is taken. We have so much to learn from one another. Thank God we're in this together.
You are not alone.
Hey friends, fasten your emotional seatbelts for Grammy-nominated hit songwriters and best-selling authors Dailey and Karen Good. Today on Musically Speaking with StoweGood.
I'm Dailey. And I'm Karen Good. Together, we are StoweGood. And we are your hosts today on Musically Speaking. I want to just thank you for joining us. We so appreciate knowing that you are on the other side of the speaker. Mm-hmm. And if you like what you hear, we invite you to hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever we drop another one. Yes, and we hope that this episode finds you stress-free, drama-free, and pain-free. But, if it does not, this might be the perfect podcast for you. Because today we'll be musically speaking about our song, Lean Into It, from our Love Lives On CD. Yeah. We're not only going to share the song, we're going to talk about where the inspiration came from, how it was written, and what it has to do with our lives and hopefully yours. And we're excited because today, Musically Speaking is on the road. Mm-hmm. Instead of being in our little studio in Nashville, Tennessee, we are in Round Rock, Texas, aren't we? Yes, we are. We're staying at a lovely little Airbnb. It's actually, it was built in 1913 is what I understand. That's something. Yes, it feels, this is a cool place. It is. So if you hear any trains go by. Yeah. And we're actually driving a pickup truck. We're in Texas and we're driving a pickup truck. A Ford 150. Yeah, baby. Yeah. This is the state of my birth, and that's how we roll here in Texas. That is how we roll. Okay, so back to our song, Lean Into It. Although we were joking about the run, Forrest, run, that is such a natural response when we butt up against the painful, scary parts of life, isn't it? Mm-hmm. When something is uncomfortable, we pretty much do our best to avoid it. Don't talk about it, don't think about it, just cover it up with alcohol, food, sex, work, or our latest addiction, technology. Oh, yes. But Robert Frost said, the best way out is always through. Yeah. And Lady Gaga said, what I want for my fans, for anyone who feels pain, is to lean into that pain and embrace it as much as they can and begin the healing process. And actually, instead of more quotes right now, Stowe, how do you feel about talking about your real live experience with this subject? Because, boy, you had one, didn't you? Yes, I did. Yeah. So I guess it was like 10 years ago when I was going through the rectal cancer. And I mean, I am not kidding when I say it's a pain in the ass. It really is. And there was this one night, it was really, at the time, it was close to what I thought was going to be the end of my life. And I was lying in bed and I could not sleep because the pain was just so sharp and intense. Searing pain is what I would describe it. And I had just read something about leaning into what is uncomfortable for you, leaning into discomfort. So I thought I would experiment with it. And as I was lying there, I just tried to go into the pain instead of retreat from it, which is what I have been doing, which just all about resisting it, and that's when your body gets all tense and resists it. But instead, I just moved into it. And I'm telling you, it wasn't 5 minutes later that I was asleep.
Wow.
Kind of amazing.
It is amazing. It reminds me of why they say I broke my back in my car accident. And they say that people who are drunk and have car accidents don't get hurt nearly as much. Because I saw it coming and I tensed up and I was resisting it. And because I broke my back.
Yeah.
I don't know how a human being could, I guess if I were some sort of guru, I could have seen the accident coming and gone, okay.
I let go.
I let go and I'm going to lean into this horrible accident. And then I wouldn't have been hurt. But that's actually what these very wise people are teaching. So listen to Pratibha. Resisting my pain helped me realize that while pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Healing, hope, and strength come from allowing ourselves to be with the now.
By allowing ourselves to be affected, by growing our capacity to be human, by experiencing life in its full expression, by allowing ourselves to lean into what is.
So I want to go back to this line that she said, while pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. That's huge, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it's a difficult concept. I'm sitting here trying to understand how I might be able to put it into real life. Because when I experience pain, you break your toe and it's like that's all you can think about. Oh, my toe hurts. This is painful and now I won't be able to wear this shoe. I'm going to look like an idiot. It becomes all consuming.
Mm-hmm.
What if you just lean into the pain and say, okay, pain is inevitable. I have pain, but I don't have to suffer from this.
Right.
I don't know. Talk to me, Stowe. Because you've been through it. Suffering is optional.
Yeah, I only have that one experience where I really, I was exploring the pain. Instead of seeing the pain as an enemy, I made friends with it.
Wow. Yes. That's really cool.
And physical pain is not the only pain that we can make friends with.
Right.
I mean, this is one thing I really admire about you.
What?
There's physical pain, that's uncomfortable. And then we've got communication with humans.
Right.
We get into a lot of uncomfortable spots there. And I have seen you do this over and over. There's something uncomfortable. It's in the room. It's the elephant in the room. And you address it, whether it's with me or an organization or, whatever.
Well, thank you.
And I just admire your strength in not letting that pain exist, but bringing it out. So you make friends with it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And I think that is one kind of pain that I'm much more familiar with in my long, so far life. And yeah, I don't enjoy suffering from emotional pain and bad communication. Like a couple of days ago, we had lunch with some of my cousins in Austin, right? Mm-hmm. And one of my cousins, I have come to find out, much to my surprise, is totally on the opposite end of the political spectrum from me. And we found this out on Facebook, as many people do. But we all sat there eating for a good 45 minutes, and nobody said a word about it. And finally, I just looked at him and I said, I want you to know that I love you and I appreciate the fact that you're in my life. And it's true. Because you teach me that we're all humans and we can love each other and have 180-degree opposite beliefs. But the minute it was spoken, then we had a very interesting conversation.
It was so sweet and honest.
Was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
very civil.
suffering is optional. Make friends with the pain. Emotional, spiritual.
Yeah, I've found, so for much of my early life, I endured suffering. I didn't even know I was suffering a lot of the times. But as an adult, at this, place in my life, I have come to realize when I'm suffering inside. And sometimes, I'll feel like, I want to cry. And I used to tamp that down, anything to not, I don't want to go there, let's be happy. But now, especially when I'm by myself, I allow that. I lean into those tears. I let them come. Sometimes I don't even know what they're about, but I let them come, and wow, is that ever healing, I make friends with what feels sad and scary, and then it goes away. It doesn't haunt me for days on end.
Wow. So you don't suffer
Right.
with it. I think this is important stuff, listeners. I think that's why we wrote this song. We wrote it with our sweet friend Karen Drucker.
Yes, it was actually Karen's idea. She was so excited about lean into it, and she had some hook of a melody, and off we went.
You know what I like about this song? Well, because it's our song, and I love all of our songs. But I like the fact that it's more than one of our big answer all of life's mysteries songs. It's more of a groove. It's more of a mantra
Yes.
that can get inside people's heads, as they've told us it does, and can possibly help people remember. And I think that's what we hope it does for our listeners, right?
Yeah, so if you've got, if you bring to mind something that's uncomfortable for you, that's painful for you, you might want to just lean into it as you listen to this.
Lean into it, then let it go. Lean into it, oh, lean into it. Now I know I can relax just a little bit, yeah, when I lean into it. All of my life I've been fighting to push away the pain and the fear. I gotta say the cure wasn't lightning when it all came clear. Lean into it, then you let it go. Lean into it. Whoa, lean into it. Now I know I can relax just a little bit when I lean into it. I had so many wounds that were tender. Thought I had to hide my grief. Never understood that surrender offers sweet relief. Oh, lean into it, then we let it go. Lean into it. Whoa, lean into it. Now mind's insisting you gotta fight or fall apart. Oh, but when I melt into whatever I'm resisting, I can feel it open up my heart when I lean into it. Lean into it, then you let it go. Lean into it, lean into it. Whoa, lean into it, lean into it.
So I think one of my favorite lines from our song is, "Never understood that surrender offers sweet relief."
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about surrender the older I get. And here's a couple more of my favorite lines from Pema Chadron. She says, "Let the hard things in life break you. Let them affect you. Let them change you. Let these hard moments inform you. Let this pain be your teacher. The experiences of your life are trying to tell you something about yourself. Don't cop out on that. Don't run away and hide under your covers. Lean into it." Love that.
Wow. Let this pain be your teacher. It reminds me when I think it was like 2 weeks after I was diagnosed with cancer, and I was getting into bed one night, and I just laid my head on the pillow, and this message just came into, I would just say it came into my soul, and it said, "This cancer is a teacher, and it has come to teach you a lesson, and it will only stay as long as it takes for you to learn the lesson."
Wow.
For a minute, I was like, woohoo! I had no idea how much I was going to have to lean in to get this lesson, you know?
Yeah.
But my God, what a powerful, transformational experience it was to have the pain of that cancer. And I mean, like, my life is completely different. I am living in the fullness of who I feel like I was meant to be. And
Wow.
it's all because I was able, I was given the opportunity to lean into that. And for you, sweet listener, I know you're going through stuff right now. We all are. And we just invite you to put fear aside and just lean into what's uncomfortable for you.
And let the pain be your teacher. Right?
Yeah.
Pain
Yeah.
is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
Right.
Wow. Well, that's all very heavy stuff and beautiful heavy stuff. But maybe it's time to lighten things up a little.
Is it time for our laugh lift?
Almost. But first, I believe it's a word from our sponsor time. Which is a really cocked up sentence there, Karen.
Our sponsor time. And while we do not yet have a corporate sponsor, we do have some fabulous patrons who have and continue to support us.
Yes, today we send a shout out to our beautiful sponsor, Taylor Wiseleader, who pretty much paid for our Love Lives On CD, which
Yes.
Lean Into It lives on. And he did that in honor of his precious son, Justin. So, Taylor, we love and appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. So, as you can tell, we love what we do, and we need your support to keep the podcast and the music coming.
Yep. So please go to StoweGood.live and find links on ways that you can get involved. Visit our Adopt a Song and patron pages.
And check out our musical keynotes. We'd love to come and share one with you and your favorite organization.
And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please take a moment to write a review and share us with your friends.
And if you didn't enjoy it, please keep it to yourself.
Yeah, really. Hey, Stowe, I think it's time for our laugh lift.
It surely is. Never criticize someone until you've walked a mile in their shoes.
That way, when you criticize them, you'll be a mile away and you'll have their shoes. But seriously.
But seriously, we just invite you to take a breath right now and repeat after me. Today, I resist nothing. I lean into the experience of life.
So, we want to thank you for being with us today, and join us next time on Musically Speaking with StoweGood.
Ciao.
Gotta lean, yeah, you gotta lean into it. Gotta lean, let it go and let the love come through. Gotta lean, oh, you gotta surrender. Gotta lean, lean it. Gotta lean, yeah, surrender. Gotta lean. Come on now, let it go. Gotta lean, oh, gotta lean right into it.
Hey, is that our train coming?
It's coming round Rock the Bend.